Hey guys, what's up and welcome to episode 200 of Stickz Plays Minecraft Season 2. Today is going to be a world tour. We are going to be taking a look at absolutely everything that I have built in this world, so that's going to be pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy that. We will get right into that, but quickly, I just want to say there will be a world download in the description with coordinates to the major places so you can find everything. So, without further ado, let's crack into it. So guys, first up is the medieval district here. There's not a lot of work on here, but the work that has gone into it is pretty fantastic. I do like most of this stuff. So I just want to quickly say, guys, that this is a backup of a world. So we're going to be switching between creative and stuff like that. So anything we break or whatever is not going to affect my actual world. Anything I spawn in, not affecting my actual world. This is a complete backup. So anyways, guys, we have right here, we have the vineyard. Now these are all like meant to be like grapes and things growing around here. We threw in a bunch of coarse dirt and bushes, and we have a little hut down here with some storage. And yeah, it's just it's a messy, crazy place here, but it looks quite cool at night because there's like lights and things. We have this little I don't know, kind of tower thing here. I'm not sure what that's really supposed to be. It's just a tower on the farm. It's kind of overgrown, and we have like the vineyard building here, which, as you'll find out on this tour, there's not a lot of interiors to my buildings. Mine is mostly about flying around big areas and them looking really cool. And yeah, they've got a little cart out here with some firework stars as wheels. Very interesting. We have a little area out here just for storage, I suppose. We could put a bunch of horses and things in here, I think, but it is a vineyard, so I'm not sure whether they used horses. I presume they did for like plowing grounds and things like that. But anyways, we have the little house that the people who run the vineyard would live in here, just a bit of cobblestone and spruce wood, and then we have like the big factory type building here as well, so that is pretty cool. Now looking away from the vineyard, we have a mountain over there which is incomplete because that takes a long time. We have a couple of like buildings down there that are just houses. We have a windmill up here with a lot of wheat, a big wheat farm around it, and a barn over there. So I'm just gonna fly over there. Obviously we could just fly around in creative if we wanted to, but I kind of like flying around with the wings a little bit more than creative. We have a bunch of like wood piles out here, and you know, I might just switch into F1 mode here so we can get the full view of these kind of things. This barn's a little bit messed up, a little bit overgrown, a little bit damaged. There's like bits of wood missing, and there's bits of the roof missing and stuff like that, all full of leaves and stuff like that. So yeah, you can go in the barn, but like I said, there's a lot of buildings with pretty much nothing inside them. But yeah. Alright, so we continue from there. We have a little wheelbarrow out here, and we continue up to the windmill here, which is a fantastic build. Really, really cool. And I'm going to fly up here so you guys can get an aerial view of the farm here, all going down like that. We have some rocks, we have a little path leading up to the windmill, and we have a couple of other paths going down here as well. So this is the boundary wall between the farm and the vineyard here. And yeah, that just comes on down here. It's very messy, very cool. We have a couple of trees as we come on down here as well. There is so much wheat here, it is crazy. So yeah, we have all these trees over here. Most of the land, I would say, is like terraformed and got different patterns and things in it. We come down here, there's just a couple of like houses and stuff here, looking pretty cool. We have a little area over here, and this is meant to be a big stable. So you come in here, there's some horses and donkeys and things around, and I'm pretty sure there's some donkeys out here as well. Okay, there's no horses, just donkeys everywhere. The donkeys are pretty fantastic, guys. I gotta remember these donkeys are here for when I'm in my actual world, because I've kind of forgotten they were there. I like donkeys. We had a paddock here with some cows, but it looks like we've only got one left. We have a donkey just running around on its own now. We have a town well. We have another pile of wood there as well. Oh, that looks like it goes down quite deep. And we have a bit of water in the well. That is pretty cool, guys. We have this weird wall. You know what? I've built all these things, but I don't know what they are. I haven't been in the medieval district for a while. Yeah, some more wheat farms down here, some hay, a pig pit. Where have the pigs gone? Nobody knows. There were pigs in there, and just another house here on the edge. And they're all pretty cool little buildings there. And if we take a walk up the hill here, you will see that this path just goes up the side of the mountain, and the mountain is all like terraformed and stuff. This mountain was meant to go around the whole place, but I mean, it takes like a very long time to build that mountain, so That was a very big project that one day might get finished. It might not. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see about that. Okay, I'm going to switch into spectator now. Let's fly up here so we can take a look at this bridge. This is going to be much easier to do it this way. And yeah, we just have this pretty cool little bridge that goes over the river. Where this cobblestone is meant to represent where all the paths will eventually go. We have this big building up here. I've completely forgotten what this is supposed to be, but it's kind of fantastic, isn't it? That's a pretty cool place. You come up here, come through the little archway there. There's a little pond, some trees. Looks like there's a little shed here. And yeah, just a big house here with a little outhouse, a little thing on the side here with a bunch of details and things put in it as well. That's pretty cool, guys. That is pretty cool indeed. Right, and then we just have a little house over here as well. Yeah, I kind of like this thing. It's pretty cool. Oh, this thing's nice. Look at this. Just walk through here. Right, that is cool, guys. We have some llamas over here as well. That's pretty cool. And just down here we have a little docklands, a couple of little boats, some more storage-looking boats over here filled with fish. And yeah, just a little shed out here as well on the edge of the ocean. We obviously have this little hut here, which is I think the first thing we built out here. We have a custom tree, and if we go back over this way, guys, we come over that bridge into what would be the main kingdom. So this would be all the farming area, and in here would be the main kingdom. And like I said, not a lot of work has gone on here, but the work that has gone on is pretty cool. There's lots of blocks ready to go. And yeah, this is where I come and get my dark oak, because I want to dig that out eventually. Get rid of all of that stuff. Alright guys, that is it for the medieval district. Let's move on to the next area. I actually forgot one more thing down here in the very back of the medieval district. There's a weird villager thing down here that I never use. The idea was to make them a certain type of villager and then have them out here doing their jobs and things, but I would keep them away from the wheat so that the wheat's always like fully grown and stuff like that. But that was the plan, to make them actually live here. But yep, it doesn't matter what you do, villagers just die. So over here, guys, is a new farm, relatively new. It's for the new nether trees, because they grow kind of big, and there's a lot of random redstone around here that does a lot of random things. We have a hopper timer over here. I copied this from a tutorial, so if I've forgotten already what most of this stuff does, that's exactly why. So down here we have it all. They all grow, and when a tree finally grows, these are all filled with bone meal, and most of the bone meal gets replaced by the leaves that get blown up. They all grow up here, as you can see. Trees grow up here, and then we have TNT, which drops down and blows all of the logs up, and then all of the hoppers underneath bring it into a sorting system here, and anything that does not go into the sorting system, so let's just switch back to this for a minute. Anything that does not come through here, it is not a shroom light or a crimson stem or a warped stem, will go into here, but everything else will go back into here and go into the composter and get turned back into bone meal to go back into the system. So that is the plan. That's pretty fantastic. And yeah, that's pretty much all this thing does. It's a bit crazy, but it's pretty fantastic. Looking back over at the medieval district, if you come over this side, guys, you will find a strange little villager breeding setup. That actually is not used very often. Every now and then we need to use it to get some villagers, but we can come back over here. This is the start of the prison. We are now into the Victorian District, guys. So these are the builds that we've been working on lately, and there's been a lot of work going into this city. So hope you enjoy it, guys. This is just the planning for what will be a prison. We spent one episode building all these outside buildings, doing all the planning, but nothing else has really been done here. But there's a very strange palette I wanted to try for here, which was the sandstone and the stone brick here, and I think it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit out of place, but it's going to be out here outside of the city, and that's the plan. This, guys, is my gigantic cow farm. Yep, very technical. You just you feed them and then you kill them. It's very technical, and there's a sheep in there. I don't know why. Over here we have a cool, very fancy farmhouse, guys. This is where the road comes out, but obviously we built these train tracks coming along here, so we had to change the road a little bit. The road used to come from inside that mountain there where the train tracks go, but it no longer does. So we'll sort all that out at a later date. But the road comes around here. It's going to shoot off over there in that direction as well eventually. Over here, we have a bit of an industrial area. This is a mine. So we have the coal coming out here along these things and being loaded into trucks. And that's this big building here, Victoria Coal. That's what VC stands for. Victoria is the name of our Victorian city, very aptly named. And over here we have some train carts here that a train will come along, pick these up, and take them away, basically. They could go off that way or this way. They join into the railway line, which the railway line is not correctly made yet, guys. It's going to take off and go around there and head over to the train station, which we will look at soon enough. But yeah, this is part of the industrial district inside the Victorian district. So yeah, these are all like industrial buildings. So I think we'll get onto them now. So there are a lot of buildings here in the industrial district. Most of them are made out of brick because that's what most of the Victorian like industrial buildings were made out of. So a lot of them are made out of brick mostly, or have like brick accents in like little things on them. So this one over here is a pretty cool building. It has like 3 triangle roof type things on it with like garage doors and like little entrances on the side. If we actually come on the inside, this is a bee farm. These guys make honey, lots of honey, and I made it look pretty cool in here, even though we just completely covered it up. But the bees have a nice place to live. It's not as good as living in the wild, obviously, but they do have a nice place to live. It doesn't look like they do much though. They just kind of chill, spinning around in circles, and make a lot of honey. It looks like the farm is fairly backed up. I think most of the storage here is probably filled up. I'm not too sure, but we can actually have a look in here. No, it looks like we've got enough bottles and things. If we go underneath, we'll see there's a bunch of hoppers here, which lead over to here and into the storage area, which is underground here, the big bee face. And if we have a quick look in here, we can see this is all stocked up. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of honey bottles here. So we can make a lot of honey blocks. We also store in this area the honeycomb, which is made in the farm right above here. This one is definitely backed up. I can see that that's not getting picked up at all. Have we filled all of this up? Wow, that is insane. Guys, we've filled that complete farm up. The way to get in here is over here. It's actually through this building over here. This is where all these bees hang out, making lots of honeycomb. It's not getting picked up, but yeah, this farm is not as nice to the bees as the other one. So these are unfortunate bees. They don't have the best of lives. But if we come out here, we can see this is this building here. And if we look over there, that's the other bee building right there. So that's pretty cool. So along this same road, guys, is a tree farm. It spits the wood out this side here. TNT a duper over here, drops it down, breaks the wood, and the wood gets picked up into this storage system down here. We can actually come over here and actually use it if we would like to. Turn this on. This leads to the TNT duper. It will start dropping TNT. We can actually grab the wood out of here, the sapling, and we come along here. Once you stand on this pressure plate, it starts the bone meal off over here. You aim at this glass block here, and you'll just keep placing saplings until they grow. They get pushed over, and yeah, they grow everything up. It's pretty damn cool, guys. If we jump up here, you can see all this wood gets pushed in, crushes all of the leaves, so you do get most of your saplings back. I have been, if you come outside and grab these ones that sort of floats around the outside, you can get them. Right, let's turn this off and I'll be right back. So next up, guys, is West End Paper here. It's a very, very large building. We have a really cool front out here. We have a sliding gate, which is half open, half closed, and we have a whole bunch of wood and stuff out here. It looks like a very industrial area here. Let's just set it to day. And as you can see, there's a big door here, but you can't use it. This is actually the west end of town, so that's why I decided to call it West End Paper. I don't really know where that came from. That button over there sets off one of the farms in here. So this is the sugarcane farm, which of course is how you make paper. There's just a slime block machine that goes along here, knocks them all over, and there's a bunch of hopper minecarts underneath. If we go down here, You can see it goes along, runs along, and picks them all up after the sweeper arm has gone across. And then all of that gets brought over to a big storage house over there. Actually, let me just get out of here. That building right in front of us is where it all gets stored. And yeah, so there's actually another farm inside West End Paper. If you come in here, you can see there is a bunch of soul sand. Now this is for the what is this stuff actually called? Nether wart, that's the one. You go up, that's where it all gets stored, the nether wart. And you plant it all in here. There's a chicken in here. How did you get in here, you crazy freak? And then there's a bunch of water up here which flows down, knocks it all off when it's all grown up. It takes a while and it takes a long time to plant out, but it does make a lot. And I mean a lot of nether wart, so that we can make the red bricks and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Pretty strange farm, but that's this is the front side of West End Paper. It's a pretty cool building, and yeah, it's one of my favorites that I've ever built. Actually, it's just it's a big mess. And if we look to the left of it, it is the storage building, like I said before. I wonder if we can open doors in spectator mode. I know it doesn't matter because we can just go through it. There is a bunch of shulkers here that get sorted. You are full of carrots, aren't you? This must be the carrot one here. Yeah, we have a bunch of shulker boxes here full of carrots, and on this side it's wheat. We have the beetroot. I do not need that much beetroot, guys. We have cactus, and we have sugarcane, and we have potatoes. So these all come from automatic farms. All of these are set up like you just saw the sugarcane farm. And they all come to this area and come up this water stream, except two. The ones on this side come up a different water stream. But the farms for these two, the wheat and the beetroot, have been destroyed, guys. They stopped working. And yeah, I just got rid of them because I probably didn't need more wheat than that. And I definitely don't need this much beetroot. That is just full of beetroot. That is silly. It's not decorated in here, but these little shulker fillers work fantastically. It waits until it's the shulker box is full, then it hits it, it gets picked up by this hopper here and put into the system here. So that's pretty cool, and all the items just filter down through here, through item filters right here. So this one's potatoes, filters all the potatoes down, but as you can see, it's all very full of potatoes. Carrots seem empty, but potatoes definitely backed up. And anything extra comes over here. So it looks like our cactus farm is doing really, really well, which is actually in this building here. This industrial district has had a lot of work done to it. All the, like, the dirt and stuff around here has heaps of stuff going on. And a pig decided to spawn in there and make it look weird, but, you know. Anyway, industrial district. If we go into this one, which is, again, made out of a lot of bricks, this is a cactus farm here, guys. And there's a bunch of cactus in here. It just drops off, hits the fences. It tries to grow on top and then hits the fences. It cannot grow if there's a block next to it. Sorry, it cannot stay there if there's a block next to it. So we might see it while we're waiting here. It does take a little while sometimes, but yeah. It's just passively sitting here making that. All the water flows to the middle, takes those hoppers underground here. And these hoppers get spat out into here where there's a zombie down. And that comes all the way along here to that water thing I was talking about before and comes up into here. So that's how that works. All of the stuff from this side over here goes that way. So the carrots and potatoes are in here. We have a bunch of villagers doing some work. And these guys breed in here. I have no idea how. There's no beds around. And there's not enough workstations and things. I don't know. But these guys, they sit in the middle here. They punch out the carrots. Their inventories are full. It's only these ones in the middle that actually pick up the carrots. So when they go and try and plant it, they pop straight off. And then underneath here, they get picked up by these hopper minecarts. And the exact same thing happens down here. It's a bit crazy, but they will always come here and try and plant these. And they cannot plant them. They get popped off by this string updating the block. Because it's too dark there. So we cannot plant there, but the villagers can. And then as soon as they move, they pop it off. And all they do is keep trying to plant it. And all these other potatoes are just to keep their inventories full. So that is the plan there. You come down here, guys, and that all goes back to this water stream and gets shot out down there as well. So that's where all my potatoes and carrots come from. And if we come through this gap, we will see the next part of the tour. So guys, we did start building mountains here, mountains with snow. This is going to be a big industrial dock area. We already have a boat and one of the docks in here, and it's looking pretty cool. as you can see, it blends in nicely. There's still a lot of work to do out here. I've just sort of done the planning, and we have the railway come out down here as well. That's the railway from on the other side of the hill. So that's pretty cool there. Now this, guys, is a creeper farm. We get lots of gunpowder in this farm through just the creeper spawns down in this big farm in here, and these guys love to hang out down here. I'm gonna have to fix that. How can I stop them coming down here? I'm gonna have to put water on top of this farm because they all hang out down here. It's crazy. But anyways, guys, let's give ourselves night vision. Alright guys, we have night vision so we can see underneath now. As we come underneath this farm here, you'll see that the roof is completely covered in trapdoors. That is because creepers are a little under a block tall, so they can actually spawn on all these blocks here, and the carpet is to stop spiders spawning. So that means the only thing that can spawn in this farm is creepers. And if you know anything about creepers, guys, they hate cats. They absolutely hate cats. So what they do is they see the cat and they run to the side instantly. And mobs are a bit dumb, guys. So when they see trapdoors, they think they can walk across them. So they think that these two trapdoors are flipped up and they can run right across to this block over here. And this block over here is covered in carpet, so nothing can spawn over here. But the creepers, they think they can walk over there. But all that happens is they fall all the way down to the bottom here. If they don't die from fall damage, the magma blocks kill them, and then there is a minecart running, as you can see, that comes along and picks up all of that gunpowder, brings it up here, and it gets shot up in a water elevator. There is nothing else exciting down here, trust me. It all gets shot up here into the sorting system. So we can, yeah, it's actually very far underground, guys. It's as low as we could possibly get it, so that the spawn rates are as good as we can get them. And we go AFK in that spot there and make a bunch of gunpowder, which is pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, there's this mountain up here that we started on, but mountains just take so long, guys. That is just like a tremendous amount of work to get that going. That's just, oh, a lot of work, and there's still so much more to do. Well, guys, I'm not sure how long this world tour is going to take, probably a little while, but I just want to say thank you guys for watching and enjoying it. And now we are on to the dock area of the Victorian City. We have a big boat here, big storage container ship. It's being loaded over here. We have a couple of cranes putting stuff in. There's big wires everywhere holding it up. There is no interior as per usual on this thing. I've done a little bit, but not too much. It's a pretty cool looking boat, guys. I really like it. And over here we just have like the a bunch of blocks basically to just make it look like a messy like wharf type thing. And yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool indeed. And that is on the edge of the industrial district here, and there will be more wharves and boats to go in there at a later stage. So heading over from there, guys, we have the waterfront. Now this stretches all the way along here and back over there towards those buildings over there. There's a lot of work to still do in this Victorian city. It is by no means finished, guys. So these houses here are all just, they're going to have shops underneath most of these. They're all sort of like waterfront properties, and yeah, they're all pretty interesting. It's this was a challenge for me, like building on diagonals and things, and I think for the majority of it, I've got most of these properties looking pretty cool. There's a little bit of like shaping issues on these middle ones here that I'm not loving too much, but yeah, there's been a lot of good work going in there. And we have this sort of like retaining wall thing, keeping the land up from falling into the water here. And there's a few little drains from the city draining into it. I think that looks pretty cool as well. Those properties will continue along to over here and cut off your view of these properties over here. So just behind all of those waterfront properties will be a bunch of houses here. There's going to be some more buildings here when I get around to it. There's a little street here with quite a few buildings on it here as well. We sneak around here. We can see one of my favorites, guys. This is the ice cream shop. Look at that thing. That is definitely an ice cream, and I love it. It's awesome. Right on an apartment building here with an ice cream shop underneath. That's pretty cool. We just have some... The river comes out here and goes into the ocean. And that river goes way over there. It's going to be built... I think it's pretty much finished its journey for now, that river. But yeah, it stretches out over there. We'll see that later. And we have actually missed one of the industrial district builds here. And that's this one here. This is a relatively new building as well, and this one is mostly brick. And yeah, there's a redstone contraption in here, guys. It's for all the other little things that you find in the Nether. So this was a lot better when it first came out, because there was a lot more stuff that could grow. But if we come down here to the storage area, none of this is really sorted out, but you'll see we can get the warped roots. There's 4 chests for them. Crimson roots. What else do we have? We have the warped fungus, crimson fungus, and yeah, that's about it. That's all we can get from this now, guys. But it's still a pretty cool farm, and yeah, it gets housed in this building here, right across the river from these houses over here. So if we look at the ice cream shop, we can come down this street here. A bunch more environment stuff going on here along the river, a couple of trees hanging over, and we have this little park on the side here, which just has a big V for Victoria. And yeah, it's just like a little statue thing in the city. Cities have these like strange little gardens and stuff, don't they? So yeah, if we just look at this street, it's pretty cool. I enjoy these buildings quite a bit. They're very nice. And yeah, that leads on to the main street here. Man, there is so much to go over, guys. We come down this main street, we have these 2 buildings, which were one of the first Victorian buildings I built in this city, actually. So yeah, that's just them. And that just leads to this back street here, where I was showing you before, another bunch of random buildings and things. And this building is pretty much complete. Obviously, we have to do the interiors. I have actually done the interior of one of these. Last episode, guys, we made this little supermarket in here. So that's pretty cool. We have the cash register over there, the deli, a drink thing, and yeah, all the little things there. So yeah, you can't say I don't do interior, because I do one interior, not interiors though. On the other side of the street, guys, we have a bunch of cool buildings as well. I'm just going to slide down here slowly. It looks pretty cool. I like most of these. And yeah, just we have a little gap there, which leads off to the park, the main park of the city. Well, the main one so far. We may make a bigger one over on the main street. This was the original main street, but I decided to make a much larger one over in the distance over there. We come around here, the river goes underneath this bridge here, very simple bridge, and that heads out over there. We have like another little riverside cafe type thing underneath this building, and these are my 3 favorite buildings. I don't know what happened, but the day I made these, I really had a good day. I made some really cool buildings. I love these. These are fantastic. And that is over here, it leads into the park, as you can see. The park has 4 different gardens. This one is just like trees and with a little pond. This one is like a bush, like lots of little bushes and a little bit of a maze. This one's the flower garden over here. And this one over here is kind of like little flowers with seats and things. There was kind of a theme to each one, but not really. And that just comes to like a main tree in the middle. And yeah, I kind of like this park. There's like little gates to get into it everywhere. And yeah, we have another bunch of like Victorian houses on this side. They all look pretty cool, especially looking down the street. You just see all these houses. Comes around to a bar here, which I have decorated on the outside, which is pretty cool. And then we have these houses over here as well. And these are all fairly similar, but just with little differences. So yeah, that's looking pretty cool, guys. Now you will notice one thing, a lot of these houses aren't finished, they're just faces. They will eventually be finished, and this big cathedral church is one of them that is just a face. And I left a bunch of banners down there for some reason. I think I made them all at once and I didn't want to lose them or have to go find them the next time I wanted to work on the cathedral here. So we have the world map here. I've just put this here for now so we can see the layout of the whole city. If we come back over here across the river, we will notice actually that there is a theater here. So this is the only part of town that isn't industrial, that's down this end of town. Eventually there will be more non-industrial stuff down here because most of the industrial stuff is all over in that direction. This is a big theater, and yeah, it's pretty cool. The zombies like to steal my doors, but it looks like that one's actually just open. We come into the theater, guys, and there's a bunch of seats, and yeah, there's a big stage and things like that, and there's a place over here to come and watch from up here as well. These are like the rich people seats up there, and yeah, it's got a big curtain, and yeah, I really like this building. It's cool. So Actually, guys, I have done interiors, so that's pretty cool. I've done 2 interiors. That's just amazing. Anyways, guys, that is that for this part of town. Let's head over to across the park here, and we'll head over to this big white building here. That is the bank. Well, guys, this building is the bank, and as you come up to it, there's a little fountain, some stairs leading into it. We have some bank tellers all situated around here that you can talk to if you really want. There is actually a vault down here as well that used to lead to like my main base area, as you can see. There's like a strip mine down there as well. You can see all sorts of crazy things from here, guys. Pretty awesome. But if we actually come down here, you'll be able to see my kelp farms. I have a couple here. This one here just waits till the kelp grows up to the observer there, and that pulses the pistons. And that all floats to the top into some hoppers which go around, and all of this kelp goes into this farm over here that makes a lot, and I mean a lot, of dried kelp, guys. This is where we get all our dried kelp blocks from. So if we head back through here, this doesn't look that fancy. This is an old base. We used to have our storage system in here. We used to have another storage system under here and another one under here, and these have still got some blocks in it. I should probably come grab all this stuff. That's crazy. Oh yeah, there's all this stuff as well. Oh my goodness, there's a bunch of stuff here that I'm not using. Okay, well, thank you very much, World Tour. There's a bunch of things that I will remember to come and get, hopefully. Over here, we do have a small mushroom farm. It makes a lot of mushrooms, actually. You get the red and the brown ones. They grow from the middle here. They grow up on these side blocks, and when they do, the pistons pulse, pulling them out, and there is a minecart running back and forth. There it is, and that comes and picks them up and puts them in the chest here. There it goes. Off it goes. All right, over here we have the large mushroom farm where we grow the mushrooms with bone meal. As you can see, this is full of bone meal. We just turn on a switch over here. I cannot switch. And yeah, then we just come through and mine it. We also have some chests for storage here, so I did know this stuff was down here. Bunch of stuff that we can use. This is my very old concrete maker. No concrete here, but yeah, that is old school, guys. This is the old base. But if we come back up through the floor here, we come back into the outside of the bank. We have a little building over here. This is the old main street looking down there. There's a corner building with our nether portal. Another cool building, which is a very strange but cool design. And that leads on to the park as well. Now, if we actually fly over here, there's one thing I completely forgot. There's a big hole in the ground over here, and down in this big hole is actually a slime farm. So the reason it's open is it actually increases the rate quite a bit. So if we come down here, we may see some slime. No slimes have spawned, but they spawn on here, and slimes really don't like iron golems, guys. So they can see them through this gap in the fences. They come to the side and they hop off onto these magma blocks. They keep trying to kill the iron golem, and the magma blocks just slowly kill them. These hopper minecarts then go around and pick everything up. And yeah, we get a lot of slime balls from that. This is an old super smelter. I probably need to come down here and grab all these resources because that's just wasted in there. But anyway, there is a slime farm. So that's pretty cool. There is also just over here, we have a pumpkin and melon farm. And since I'm not in the world, I'm in the spectator mode, I would presume that this isn't going to grow at all. I can't see anything growing. If we go into survival, maybe things will start growing in here. And there's just a hopper timer here, and every now and then, these poles down, hit them, a hopper minecart picks them all up and puts them in these chests, which are usually full, absolutely full of melon slices. I need to come along here and turn those all into melons. But apart from that, yeah, you can see it's all growing now, and there we go, perfect example. Now they're on the ground over there, and the hopper minecart will pick them up. But the minecart's not going anywhere because it's full as well, so it's just going to sit there until I empty it. So that's kind of annoying. But anyway, let's follow the river up here. That is the river that comes from all the way over there. This cathedral is going to take up most of this space and back onto this river eventually, which is the prison over here on the other side. We have a big train bridge, guys, and the water gets divided here. It goes around this rock in the middle, which is pretty cool. I like this idea. And yeah, the river just loops around to here, and eventually there'll be maybe a waterfall, or it'll go into the mountain or something. I'm not entirely sure, but this is a pretty cool train bridge. The train tracks come out over here. They're going to loop all the way around eventually. But again, we've just got them to here for now. And as you can see, double train tracks coming through this pretty big bridge here. They come along here and go into the very big Victorian Central Station. Now, as you can see, there's a big V on the building, which I think looks really cool. It's quite a cool font that I managed to come up with. I'm sure someone's done that before, but I just sat there building with that for a while. Out the front of the station, you can see there's a roundabout and a door entrance here, which goes into the station. We have like a little funny maze out the front here. This is all going to be decked out with like train station things. And if you come in here, you can see there's platforms and all sorts of things in here with a big glass roof. And I think that looks really, really cool. I love this build. It's one of my favorites. The only thing I'd say is I think I put a bit too much quartz on the outside here with all these white loops going around and things. Might be a little bit too much of that. But on this side, guys, you have the little towers and the V as well. And all the train lines sort of loop out here. You can see there's a stoppage on this one. These ones go into the mountain. There's going to be a big mountain over here. And that's another river right there. And the train line's going to take off here and probably go underneath the main street here, and this river will flow over here into a bigger river, and yeah, there'll be a bridge right here. That is the plan. But now on to another one of my favorite builds, the mansion. So guys, walking up to the mansion, you come along here, you have this garden area down here, which I've actually missed out a block there. Oh no, it's just fallen down because it's gravity. Okay. Anyway, I must have taken out the block underneath it by accident. But anyways, guys, you come up here. There's a bit of a fountain. There's lots of different paths to get up here. But eventually, you will make it up to the mansion. Now, we're going to switch back into spectator mode now. So as you can see, we have all this landscaping down here. The river comes along here, goes under a little bridge here. This bridge is actually the driveway for the mansion. You'll come up here, and this is where you'll park your horse and cart and things. There's lots of stuff still to be built around here. But anyways, outside we have this little outside eating area. We have a bunch of, again, lots of environmental stuff around. We've put in some lights and things. We're going to have a big... This mountain is going to stretch up here and sort of go around the corner here. We're going to have lots of landscaping. We're going to have a pond and stuff out the back here eventually. We have a bunch of horses here because there's going to be a horse stables out there as well. So yeah, we have the side entrance here, which is pretty cool. I like this little veranda thingy there. We come around the front. We have identical red and orange gardens on either side here, and then we have a little pink one, pinky purpley one in the middle here, which lead up to the main door, which has these big hinges on it. And yeah, they're supposed to open from the middle. That's the best I can do with a 1-block center. And as you can see, it's a pretty cool building, guys. Pretty cool indeed. We have a couple of paths leading around the side and a couple of custom trees. There's going to be a lot more built onto this mansion, but that's all we've got for now, guys. If we look from down here, there's a couple of retaining walls holding everything up. And from down here, it looks pretty spectacular. I really, really like it. All right, guys, so that is pretty much everything from over there done and completed. Moving on here, this is going to be the main street now. So this is much bigger. There's going to be a big buildings on either side. This big building here is going to be ripped down fairly soon, guys. This is the original town hall, and it doesn't suit the rest of the city anymore. So that's going to be coming out. We'll do some design in the middle of this roundabout here. There'll be a road heading off in this direction and a road heading off in this direction. Now, this is a government area, guys. This big white building up in front of us, let's just drop down here because it looks really cool looking from here, is the new town hall. So it is much larger and much more spectacular. Now, guys, there's a lot of gardens around here. So it's there's a couple of gardens with some seats on the side there. You can walk through the middle. It's just a big area where lots of people will be walking through. And we have little paths and stuff on the side here. We have trees all over the place, a few flowers, and if you come up here, we have more flowers and a fountain in front of it here. It's all pretty open here. Just going to be a big space for walking around here. So we have a couple of government buildings. We have the town hall. I'm not sure what this is going to be. I may have named it in the episode, but there's a lot of work still to be done on this building. Has a bit of gardening out the front done as well. I kind of like it. It's very interesting. Now, neither of these have backs on them at all. They're just faces. There is so much work to do, guys. It's insane. But that is the government area, town hall, and some other building. I don't know. We'll have to come up with all the names for these things later on. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. So out the back of this original town hall, guys, I don't know if you guys know, but all of the, like, everything is sort of floating. There's a lot of, like, custom terrain and stuff. We don't use much of the original terrain around here at all, so yeah, that's why it takes so long to build some of these things. It's pretty crazy. So here, guys, is the old town hall. There's a bit of a garden out the back here. Pretty interesting. And yeah, if we slide on through here to the other side, we have popped back out over here. And yeah, that's the front of the original town hall. Now, just quickly, we will head over here. This is the library. This is a library for a university, which is going to be here. Where these red blocks are, there's going to be more university buildings and things like that around here. And there's not a lot of work has gone into the university. We just have a gate and a library so far. So yeah, there's lots of work to do there. And guys, just over here is the original wharf that we made. This is all going to get ripped out and be redone as well. I'm thinking of making some of this into a beach, actually. Rather than a wharf, because we have like the industrial wharf over in that direction. So yeah, we have this little random rock sticking out, and we have the old like wharf over here. This bit's pretty cool. It was like has a crane and some stuff going on here, but again, this is all probably going to get moved, and this big town hall is going to get taken down as well. But underneath the town hall, guys, we can come through this water elevator here, and there is a lot of stuff down here. A lot of stuff that makes it fairly laggy. This one over here is another cactus farm. This is cactus for our XP silo down here. So that cactus gets smelted up by these, and then we get the XP out of them like that. We also have some bamboo farms back here, right here, and they tend to break fairly often. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying indeed. This one seems to be working just fine. It's not growing back up now. And yeah, they get stuck in between when you unload chunks and things. So we might have to sort of figure that out. But all of that all of that bamboo is just to power these furnaces down here. So yeah, that is the big thing here. So let's switch into survival. If we want to get XP, guys, we come to one with a light on it, and we pick out the items. And as you can see, we get a bunch of XP, and then we need to press this button to empty it out. And underneath here, this will start emptying out. As you can see, this is getting emptied out now. Well, it should be getting emptied out. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, it's trying to get rid of all of that first. I don't know what's happening there. This should all be getting emptied out, but it's currently not for some reason. But anyways, we will have to check up on that at a later date. But anyways, that's what that is doing. That's where we get all the XP. And the bamboo is just to smelt everything up in there. And as you can see, the cactus flows down into here. Gets smelted up. And yeah, we use cactus because you can get it pretty easy, and it gives a lot of XP per one. So all of these ones with the lights on are ready to go with full XP that can repair any item to full. So that's pretty cool. We have foxes over here. This used to be filled with the sweet berries, and they'd pick them off, and they'd get picked up by some hoppers underneath. But we no longer need that because we have a full chest of berries, and we'll probably not use that many berries in our entire life. So down here, guys, is a big base. There's a lot of things going on down here. Well, guys, we've just made it to like 43 minutes. So if you're still here, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you're enjoying it. And as we move around from the fox farm here, we have more mess. None of this is finished, guys, but this big base it's planning to be finished, but I need to fix the lag in here. I still haven't completely figured out what that is. We have a rotating door here as we make our way into here. We have a big furnace set up here, which is bit crazy. We can put anything we want into here. So if we put ourselves into creative mode, we can grab ourselves maybe some cobblestone. If we want to smelt some cobblestone, guys, we can just shove that in here like this. And as soon as we let that go, it gets picked up nice and quickly by hopper minecarts, which pick up items a lot quicker than other things. It will then go through here, guys, and it will turn on the lava here. So when you use this furnace, the big furnace up here that looks like a furnace comes on, and eventually this stuff will move out of the way here. The lava flows very slow in the overworld, so it's kind of annoying. You can't make this look really, really cool because it's so damn slow. As you can see, the fire comes out, the lava is falling down, And there is a big, what looks like a smelter going on. We have the lava coming down the sides and everything. And all your items just come back up here. As you can see, they filter in nice and quickly. And yeah, what we're going to do is go game mode spectator. We can switch back to, I think that's going to switch us now if we do this to creative and spectator. Okay, that's fine with me. If you come down here, you can see all the items flowing through. They come from a lot of furnaces. They go up a bubble elevator and into those chests there. As you can see down here, guys, a lot of furnaces. If we jump inside this block, you can see all of these furnaces going. And that's how we smelt things so quickly here. It's pretty fantastic. There's so many ridiculous amounts of furnaces in here. Now this big timer here, that leaves this up here on. So yeah, that's how long it takes to run the power out from this thing. And then once that's done, the lava will disappear, as it has just done now. So there we go. Right, that is that thing, guys. We can come back out here now. And if we make our way over here, this is the battle station. Let's switch ourselves to creative mode. This right here is full of fireworks. It spits out 32 fireworks, like so, and then we can just pick them up nice and quickly. 16 ender pearls we can get from this thing nice and quickly, which is a full stack of ender pearls right there. And if we come over here, we can get 32 carrots. That's our food source. That goes straight into our offhand there. Make sure we pick all of those up. And on this side, it's torches. So this is where we come to get, I come here, I mean, at least 5 times an episode to get more firework rockets and occasionally food. The food lasts a long time. We have a bunch of like old pickaxes and stuff here that we can use. This is mostly, we got most of the stuff from end loot. And then we just have this thing, which is holding all of our elytras. And I just put gold and iron armor here to make it look pretty cool. So yeah. That's pretty cool. We have an armor swapper here. If it works, there we go. Swaps this out nicely. And we can get this one here. And then we can bring our original. So this holds 3 different sets of armor. And if we go into spectator, let's drop through the floor here. We can see that they're all sitting there. And when we press that button, it gets pushed up and they swap over there. So yeah, that thing's pretty cool. It looks like I've lit up most of that area there. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, guys. So that is all of that. We now have a wool farm over here as well. When you pull this lever over here, lever, whatever you want to call it, it shares them all like this. And they just have grass down there that comes back and then they eat it and get their wool back. And if we come through the wall, it all gets taken by this minecart down this track here. And if we follow the track through the wall, it basically comes down here and gets dropped off in the color room, which is right down the bottom here, and it gets automatically sorted into these bottom chests here with the wool. So yeah, that's all of that. This is our color room. This is where everything else in here is manually sorted. So we just come on in and put the stuff in ourselves. But the wool gets automatically sorted by which is why there's so much in here. A lot of them are actually pretty full now, so yeah, this is where we store concrete, glass, concrete powder, and all the different terracottas. We have the base terracotta here, so we can come and dye it with the different dyes and get everything. We are running short on dyes as well. We can get some basic dyes out here with some bone meal just on these flowers here, because you can regenerate the different colors there. So that's pretty cool. We also store our glass down here, which there's some obsidian in there for some reason, but yeah, that pops out on this bottom level here, guys, which we're not going to get to just yet. Just underneath the sheep farm here, we are in creative mode. That's silly. Let's go back into spectator. This is a potion room, guys, with automatic potion brewing. It keeps this chest here full. So as you can see right here, there's nothing in here right now. It's waiting until this gets emptied. Sorry, wait. It's waiting till there's another hopper just here. It's waiting till this one is empty, and then it will brew some more. So if we take some potions out of here, let's take these out. Oh, we cannot take them out because we're in the wrong mode, my friends. Let's go here, and let's just take a couple of these out. It will fill this up with bottles, as you can see, and it will start brewing. And it will not take the bottles out until it's got no items in here left to brew. So this is all set up nicely. So it has the next amount of items that will be coming down. And yeah, it all works nicely here. So there's another one there. All that we need for this one is gunpowder and the fermented spider eye. and now that will go in here. That'll make it a splash potion, and then yeah, it'll be ready to go. They all do this. We have all the different potions that we could want, and you refill all the ingredients up here with the item frames telling you what to put in where. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's lots of different potions here. We have swiftness. We don't have leaping because I don't have any rabbit's feet, but that is the one that I would want. We have strength 2, health regen, fire resistance, water breathing, and night vision. So yeah, everything's pretty cool in there, guys. That's our automatic brewing room. You can get to the redstone by going through this door here. Just over here, guys, it's actually undercover now, but this is a sea pickle farm. If we turn this on and come in here and see it, it just bone meals this middle block here, and occasionally it spreads to these other blocks, and the pistons get rid of it straight away. So yeah, and then there's upper minecarts in there. Pick it up and put it into this chest, as you can see. Right, that is pretty cool. Everything is working fantastically, guys. I'm glad to see that most of the stuff is not broken. So this next level down here is the villages, guys. We have all the trading villages we could want. We need to turn that lever off in our actual world. But yeah, these guys are all like fully leveled. We've got nice and cheap trades to get emeralds. And we use those emeralds to buy books. We have every single book in here we could ever want. So we got protection 4, which is the highest type of protection. So if it's written on the sign, it's the highest one. So this one has impaling and quick charge. So we got impaling 5 and quick charge 3. And I haven't put dip strider on there because you can get dip strider 3 and 4, I think. So if we come to this guy, we will see he has dip strider 3. Yeah, okay, so dip strider 3 is the maximum. And yeah, so we can get every single book in here. It took me a very long time, but we can get every single book. Like we can come in here, get mending and infinity off this guy for 1 as well. 1 emerald. Also around this side, there's more villages. These are the ones I use most of the time, to be honest, guys. And that is for getting quartz. Lots of quartz here with emeralds. That's what I spend most of my time doing down here. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of trading places here. We have more space for more villages later on. And you may hear a lot of zombies as well, because back here, there's a zombie. And if we go over here, you can see the zombie can currently not hit them. But if we flip one of these levers, the zombie will then be able to come and hit this guy, transform him into a zombie villager, and then we can heal him. He's not currently doing it for some reason. Go on, attack him. Sometimes they're a bit weird and they won't attack if they've seen you, because they want to come after you. But he will eventually attack that guy, but the zombie can't get in there, and the villager can't get out because of that trapdoor there. So eventually he'll attack him, turn him into a zombie villager, then we can repair him. We can heal him with potions of weakness and golden apples, and then their trades are better because they think you saved them even though you put them in the mortal danger in the first place. But yeah, that's how that all works there, guys. And now on to the giant sorting system. Don't worry about that, that is no longer anything. We've taken that out. So if we come down here, guys, this is our giant sorting system. It sorts everything. So as you can see, everything down here has it has a little label on it as well. I've named all of these in the item frames. And yeah, this is where we store everything. So everything gets automatically sorted into these chests. If we come over here, you'll see andesite comes in here, grass, dirt. It all gets automatically sorted through the system here. It brings everything up, runs everything over here, and it goes all the way around to all of these chests here, which is pretty insane. And anything that does not get sorted gets brought around into these hoppers, which just go into these chests down here. So there's just lots of miscellaneous stuff in here that we can come and pick out and sort into, like, say, grey dye, for instance. We can take back over there into this color room and put it in there. And I didn't mention, guys, there is an aquarium underneath here. It's got dolphins, it's got fish, and turtles. We need to get more dolphins and probably more fish. The fish sometimes just like sort of hang out like this. I think because I'm not sure, but the fish kind of weird. But we have lots of tropical fish in here. I think I'm gonna try and catch more eventually. I'm not sure how laggy this is though. So we actually have a conduit in here as well. That's giving us full power here, so we can see under here nicely. But yeah, that is the floor, guys. Just an aquarium floor, you know, casual aquarium floor. So that is pretty much everything in this big base area, guys. I think we've covered everything in here. So it's time to go back outside, and it's nighttime. Of course it is. And guys, last thing in the Victorian District is this hot air balloon. I'm gonna add in some planes, like Victorian era planes and stuff like that. I think they had planes. If they didn't, I'll ignore that. They might have had the beginning of planes. I'm not too sure. At the end of the Victorian era. I'm very bad at my actual history, but anyway, we have a hot air balloon here, guys. I think that's really cool. And it's time to head over to what I like to call the Fantasy District. It's very incomplete, I think is the actual word. What am I talking about? There is a giant tree here, but there's been so much work going on here. This is a huge project. We used TNT to blast out this massive hole here, so that took a while. We have a giant tree, which could use a lot of work. I think Iskal could probably teach us a thing or two. That'd be pretty cool. We have floating islands. There's meant to be one at every one of these where these dirt things come out. There's meant to be a floating island, but it's a lot of work, and we'll probably get there eventually, guys. But yeah, so we have a floating island over here. They were all meant to be sort of different elements. So if you come down here, we have green, which is earth, and that's got a tree symbol here that goes around in a circle. If we come over this side, yellow was meant to be air, I believe, so that's kind of like an air symbol. I'm not really sure. We have red, which is, they copy the accents in the middle here as well. So we have these big, these things are all exactly the same, just the colors are different on every side. That holds the big tree up here. Yeah, so we have red, which is fire. That's a little fire icon. And we have blue for water, which is like a little drop here, which is, yeah, pretty cool. So we're meant to have islands that sort of represented those things. And then maybe on the in-betweens, we could have like ice. Like between the water and the earth one, we could have an iceland and then a waterland. And then between water and fire, we could have steam and stuff. I don't really know. We'd come up with things like that. To go in the little islands in between here. And then, yeah, you have this giant tree. And then down here, guys, the floor represents those elements as well. So we have the earth element here with the grass and things like that. Over this side, there's just a bunch of water in, like we've put them in the little stairs there. That looks pretty cool. It's a very strange, unique design that I don't think I've seen before. And the walls will all get decorated eventually. And there's going to be like a massive dwarven mine down here. That is the big plan for this area. But that's the fantasy area pretty much done, guys. We haven't done much else around here. But if we head off in this direction quite a ways, we will find the Christmas District, which we will quickly look at, guys. Not going to spend too much time here. It's just over here. We have a train here, and that comes along some train tracks. Oh, there's a bee. Hello, bee. And yeah, so we have a train here. It doesn't have any carriages because I never got that far. We have a train station here with a zombie who takes your tickets. He's a bit silly. And we have the station out this side as well. Bunch of snow on the roof, looking pretty cool. You come up the stairs, walk through some candy canes. There's a big snow sleigh there, a ice skating rink. We have a merry-go-round here, which is pretty damn cool, guys. We have another big chair. You come through the candy canes. There's a little house, a Christmas tree, a bunch of presents, and we also had beacons down here with different beams going and a bunch of fireworks, which I've apparently taken out. I think we might have used all the fireworks the last time we came here. But yeah, so that's that, guys. That's the Christmas area. We don't want to spend too much time there. Let's move on to the stuff in the Nether. Now, this place can sometimes be difficult to find, guys, but this is the Great Patreon Hall, guys. And as you can see down here, we have the word patron spelled out along the ground there. We have this weird thing going on here. The roof isn't quite finished here, but we've finished all the work down to here. And if you come all the way along to the end, we have a tree and a little pond inside a ball here. You want to know why? I have no idea, but it kind of looks cool and I wanted to build it. So I did. There we go. That's pretty fantastic. And if you guys want to become patrons, you can get your name down here. We only have one patron, but he is awesome. He's been supporting me for a long time. So there we go. If you want to join the Patreon and support the channel in that way, that is fantastic. If not, that is totally fine as well, guys. But yeah, basically the link for that will be down in the description, and this is the Patreon hall where you get a little sign and armor, and depending on what tier you sign up for. And yeah, there are lots of plans for down here, but we just have to get onto them. There is so much stuff to do in this world. It is crazy. But yeah, that's that, guys. So let's move on. Well, guys, welcome to my Nether Hub. This place is pretty cool. Our portal comes out here. This is our main portal that we use. So this thing here is a giant compass. If you can see, we have let's not get too high. We have north, east, south, and west. They all head off in the right directions. They're all color coded as well. Same colors as the elements that we had in the fantasy district as well. So yeah, as you can see, we have these little isles over here, which you can take a boat. If we go into creative, if we step on here, it should give us a boat, but apparently the boats have run out, guys. We don't get a boat today, so we're just gonna have to steal one from the creative menu. Let's get ourselves an acacia one, just because. And what you do is you come along here, you hop in it, and you go down here, and it's really quick on the ice. And you take off in this direction, and the glass keeps you on the track, and you can go really quick. But as you can see, it doesn't actually last that long. It takes us off in the different directions. These take such a long time to build, so yeah, we didn't get too far with that one. I want to go out quite a few blocks on each direction, but as you come along here, you crash into these. It gets sucked up and put back into this dropper here, so then when you do this, you will get a boat. But apparently they've all run out. You know what, guys? I'm discovering shulkers all over my world that are just full of good stuff. Emeralds, lots of oak wood. Oh my goodness, what have I been doing with my life? Everything is here, just in shulker boxes. I don't need to gather stuff anymore. Yeah, but this big compass area is pretty cool. We have lots of random wool and things in here. Each side has its own like decorated little thing here, and they all head off in different directions. Now, there's meant to be a lot of banners like this one that tell you where to go, but I have not done that yet. So let's head west first of all, guys, because I know that there is the squid farm down here because of the sign here. So if we come along here, as you can see, I haven't done any of the proper tunnels out on this at all, and we have to switch back into creative mode to get through here. So let's go check out the squid farm. Should load nice and quickly. Here is the squid farm. This thing is super efficient. I mean, it's insanely efficient. If we just have a look, guys, these guys swim around. The squid spawn in here. If we can see any squid. We're not in the world, so maybe if we go creative mode, we'll get some squid spawning. Hopefully. It tends to do better if you're up in the sky, but anyways, we'll have a look in a second. This is where all of the items come through. As you can see, oh my goodness, it just makes so many ink sacs. When could you ever need more ink sacs? I mean, I have not been back here since the first time I took a bunch from here, so that's what it's like. You can come up here. The problem is there's a portal in my way, so we're going to come over here, see if there's any squid spawning if we move up here. Anyway, the guardians attack them. There we go, that squid spawned. So if we come down here, oh, a bunch of squid spawned. And these guys make so much noise, but they should be attacking them. They'll attack all of the squid. The squid ink sacs will then float up to the surface in the water. As you can see, they should be coming up there. There we go, coming up. That's coming over, and they flow into these hoppers and into the system. So that thing's pretty cool, and that's all that's out here. So let's go check out the rest of the Nether. Okay, guys, we're back in the Nether, and we have found our wither skeleton farm. Now this thing is pretty crazy. Wither skeletons are spawned in this whole area here. We run along here, and then we get they chase us to the end. And then we can just whack them over here. So if we come down here and we press these buttons, they can now see us and they'll come along like this. This farm is not the best, but anyways, we just smack them here. They drop everything, and then hopefully we get wither skeleton heads. Oh, we actually do have one here. That is pretty awesome. But yeah, we don't come here very often because we've got enough beacons at the moment, but I think we will need to come here and farm this later. Later on in the season. But as you can see, this has all been slabbed out. There's still a lot of slabbing to do, but this is to stop spawns everywhere else, and so they only spawn in the farm. So yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but there you go. Well, guys, that is pretty much it for the west area. If we take off this area, you can see we have another boatway, and this one's got all the new nether stuff because we decided to build with all the new nether stuff. So let's hurry this up a bit. If we come along here nice and quickly, this was meant to be our new nether area, but it wasn't. The nether update didn't really inspire me much at all. This is about as far as we got. We built this tunnel coming up here, which I think is pretty cool, and we're meant to have some sort of nether village in here. But yeah, the nether blocks and things like that didn't really inspire me much to build in the actual nether, so I need to remember all this stuff is here as well. I told you guys, I just leave shulker boxes everywhere. But yeah, that iceway comes all the way out here. And if we head all the way back, we can go even faster in spectator mode because it's crazy. That is gonna give me an absolute headache. If we come down here, we can see that we have our piglin farm. These guys are insane. We give them gold and they drop all this stuff. It's all automatically picked up and put into these chests here. If you come along here, the on-off switch is here. And all it does is pulse this gold ingot in enough time that they will drop every time they drop the items, a new gold ingot comes out pretty much straight away. So this is all full of gold ingots, and yeah, that's how we get all of these piglin trades, which is pretty cool, guys, because as you can see, you got a lot of good stuff that you don't have to farm anymore, like gravel and soul sand and stuff. They do make a lot of noise though, and they get angry every time you open the chests, but yeah, that's about it for all the new nether stuff. I do like the piglin farm, that is pretty cool. Right, let's head off east, guys, because I know there is some stuff down here. There's a portal over here, so let's go find out what this does. I always forget, basically, where all these things go. Ah, okay. Let's make it. I don't want to do that. Time set day, my friends. There we go. This is... It's like a raid farm, guys. So you have to go and get the... What's it called? You have to go and get the bad omen effect. And then when you come over here, it spawns a raid and drops them all down here and you just kill them. So basically it's an emerald farm. You get a bunch of emeralds and that all comes out here, and everything else that we want to get gets sorted. You don't get a lot of these items, but you do get a lot of totem of undyings and stuff, and banners, and everything else comes into here. And once these are full, the rest just get put into lava. So yeah, we do get a bunch of emeralds here, but it does take quite a while, so you kind of have to AFK here. And the reason we have all these boats is for the little flying guys that come and attack you. They get stuck in these boats and then they can't come hurt you. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And while we're here, guys, I think we'll check out the rest of the stuff that is in this area. The Victorian District is just over there a little bit. But this is the spawn island, this island over here. I think we actually spawned on that island. I'm not too sure. But when we originally started this world, guys, this is where we started. So this chunk is always loaded because it's in these spawn chunks, and this is an iron farm. So these guys are constantly spawning iron golems on this platform here. They get pushed over to this side and they fall down this big glass tube. The reason they spawn is because... What are you doing outside your cage? These villagers, man, honestly. That guy's outside it as well. That's a bit insane. Anyways, guys, they haven't fallen off, so that's good enough for me. They get scared because they can see this guy, and they panic and spawn iron golems. So as they do that, the iron golems fall down here, like I said, into lava. And if we come down here, you'll see we come through the floor, they fall into here, and then their head is in the lava. They die eventually, and it's all picked up and put in here, and this thing makes a silly amount of iron because it's always on. Doesn't matter where in the world we are, it's on. These are all full, and then I don't know how many poppies we have as well. Is this full of poppies? Okay, we got poppies to there, guys. That's just... Wow, it's a pretty crazy thing. But yeah, that's our iron golem farm. I'm assuming it's not working because we're... or it only does it a certain amount of times a day. I cannot remember. If we come off in this direction, guys, the final farm in this area is actually the drowned farm. So this is how you farm tridents. I've pretty much used this thing once, got a trident, and then never come back. But if you're up here, it should spawn drowns. If we come and stand here, should get some drowns spawning at the ocean floor. there's some villagers down there, or just one villager, and they walk towards it because they want to kill him, and then they get sucked up these tubes. That is the plan. It does take a little while, but they all come to the front here, and then we just slice them up. And it takes a while, but eventually you get a trident. That is the plan there, guys. So I don't know if we're going to get any to spawn, because they're kind of, it doesn't really work that well. It's the best you can do with a drowned farm. But as you come down here, you can see that the drowns will all see this villager here. They'll walk to the middle, and then they'll go up the tubes all the way to the top. So that's how that works. Alrighty guys, back into the Nether we go. After another quick trip through the Nether, you'll find this portal, my friends, and this will take you to the Guardian farm. As you can see, they're always spawning and always dropping off all their goodies in here. Hopefully we see that come through in a second. They drop down here, get lavaed, there we go, and all that sort of stuff drops into here. Then we have places, we also have the ink sacks here, so that we can make the dark terracotta. Not terracotta, prismarine, that's the word I'm looking for. So we can craft all the prismarine blocks here. If we stand here, it spawns stuff in the whole farm. They all fall off here, straight through the lava blade and down to the bottom. And they hop around like idiots until they die. Yep, they all spawn in the farm here, and I have not fixed this yet. Oh, I can't believe I've still not fixed that. I need to move the glass out here, and then, yeah, take out all of that glass without dying, so that's a big project, or maybe I should just fill that bit in there. But they all seem to get stuck there. Okay, that's something I need to fix. I've forgotten about that, but as you can see, this thing is full of bubbles. This used to be a Guardian temple. Cleared it out, filled it in with soul sand, covered it in glass, got shot at the whole time, and then the outside area here, we took out most of the water. So on the front and the sides, we still need to take the water out at the back. It just takes so long that I haven't bothered to do that yet, but we've done half of it, so half of the water is gone. That would make this thing a lot more efficient, but as you can see, these guys get stuck here anyway. But the bubbles bring them to the top, then they shoot through these gates onto the top, and the water brings them to the middle, and then they fall down to their death down there and give us all their goodies. Alrighty, that is all that is in the ocean here, so let's head into the Nether and hopefully find, I think we need to find the Blaze spawner farm. Okay guys, so this thing is absolutely miles away. It's very yellow, very red. We have blaze faces everywhere, all over the wall. This one right at the top. And basically we stand down here and we can spawn in these guys as long as we're lighting up both of these at the same time. So there's a little spot to stand right in there. We get up there through here somewhere. Can I remember? Ah, yes, we go up here. Like this. Stand on this little platform here, pull this lever, and we are activating both of them. They all fall down eventually, and then we have to sneak out of here, come down to here, and attack them all. They all get brought down to the bottom here, and then we just hit them in the face. And it's pretty good. We get a bunch of blaze rods. They're all picked up by these hoppers here and taken to these storage facilities here. Is that a facility? I don't think so. And the way in is through this little path here, guys. You just click up through the minecarts and then you're on top like that. I just came through the wall because I'm in spectator mode. But yeah, that is the big blaze farm. This thing is crazy cool, but we don't come here very often because you don't actually need that many blaze rods. But I just wanted to find a double blaze spawner and make this really cool, which I think I've done. Alrighty guys, let's move on to the next thing. Now all that's left to do, guys, is go north through this tunnel here like we did before, and if we come out over here, we actually have to go through this nether fortress here. We are traveling very, very fast. There is actually a portal out here that we will go through. Oh my goodness, slow down. Too much, guys, too much. Now we need to here, and we will time set day as well. This is a funky little place here, guys. This is our flower farm. If you can see it here, let's go to spectator, make sure we can fit through here. Yeah, this is a crazy little farm. Flowers get picked up here. Well, they get growing here. The floor shakes back and forth every time it bone meals, and then these pistons get extended down and they pick up the items. I don't know how, but they pull them through up to the top here, and they all get pushed over here into the system where they get sorted in this little room down here. And then the little pots on the bottom show you what flowers go where. We have some foxes and some parrots. They live in here. They're pretty awesome. I suppose this is where we turn it on, guys. I need that back. There we go. Yep, that's how you turn it on, guys. Gets a bit laggy, but let's watch it. As you can see, making tons of flowers. It's very loud, but eventually it should pulse down and pick up all those flowers. There we go. Somehow that works. How does that work, guys? I don't know, but it brings all the flowers on the top and then they go along like that. And anything that doesn't get sorted goes into a composter over here to make more bone meal, which goes along this line here back into the system. So it's pretty good. It's almost self-sufficient, but it does needs you to put bone meal in every now and then. And it does save some of the wheat. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There is nothing else out here, guys, just the flower forest. So we'll probably come out here and make another one of these. Because, yeah. Oh, there's also the ice biome over here. I forgot about that. Yeah, this is a pretty cool place out here, guys. Pretty cool place indeed. Alrighty, guys, here we are in a disgusting swamp. This is a witch farm. We can turn this thing on, as you can hear. Actually, we don't need to. Witches are suffocating in these blocks down here. They slide in between the two floors because of the soul sand, so they slide back and forth, and that makes them drop through the soul sand because it's a block lower. I don't know how it works really, guys, but they all end up falling down there, and then it all gets sorted into all the boxes down here. We have a bunch of stuff. Oh my goodness, there's so much gunpowder here. Okay, I need to remember that gunpowder's there. That is crazy. So yeah, we AFK up here at the tower, and then everything just does what we want it to do, guys. So we actually took a long time to find this, so this is quite far away from spawn, but yeah, there it is. Okay, guys, so let's head on to the last couple of things here, guys. We should be closing out this episode pretty soon. I know it's been pretty long, but again, thank you so much for watching. When the village and pillage update came along, we moved out to this village for quite a few episodes. We did up these buildings, we built a few more, we built this little tower, and we have a bunch of villagers who like to hang out by the bell, talk a load of rubbish, and yeah, they have an iron golem, they have farms, they all have jobs. Well, not all of them, actually only a few of them, but they've made quite a few villages because there's beds everywhere. We built a few houses here and there, we built them a little market down here, and then we had a big raid, and yeah, I think we died a few times, but yeah, it was alright. We had some big weapons out the front here. We had a gate thing here. Let's do this. We had a gate right here that could basically stop them getting in, and then we could bring it back up. We also had this crazy arrow machine here, which if we do this, just fires out a bunch of arrows. That really lags the world out, guys, having all those arrows. As you can see, the frame rate has already dropped. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We rode around on our horse shooting people. That's our horse there. He's pretty awesome. We had a good time with the pillages, guys. I think we ultimately won in the end. If we come into the hill over here, you can see, walk on the pressure plate, opens up this door. And if you come in here, this is where you can stand to AFK. This, guys, is a skeleton spawner farm. There is a skeleton spawner here. They drop down here. They die. Stuff gets picked up by this minecart, and then it all gets put over here. So we can, as you can see, I've been here and collected all the bones. You go up and down these little elevators here, guys. And yeah, that's just where we get our bones from. We need to come and do a lot of AFKing here. And when we come back to our main Nether Hub here, if we go up through the roof, there's a way to get up here. Through here, but you can also use the portal up here, which is what I usually do, because they changed the portals. So as you can see, there's a big storage system here, and if we have a look in, that's a bunch of rotten flesh. But on this side, we should have iron gold nuggets and gold. What am I on about? Gold ingots and gold nuggets. That gets sorted on all four of those sides. They're all exactly the same. All the items come from up here, guys. This is a giant gold farm. Now we need to do some additions to this because the piglins are here now, but we usually just come here quickly to repair all our items. We don't usually AFK here very much, but we will in the future when we need more gold. But as you can see, if we switch into creative mode, a bunch of guys should spawn in here. There we go. Let's see if we can make them angry at us. Anyway, we can't do it because we're in creative mode. They get angry, they all run to us, we stand over here. I usually shoot them with my bow, going up that ladder and shooting them with the bow. They all fall in here. There's too many minecarts in here. They get entity crammed to death. Their items get shot into this thing here, into the cobweb, and then they fall down all the way to the bottom in a very straight line because the cobweb drops them exactly in the middle of the block, and then it falls on a hopper down here right underneath that slab, and they all get sorted on each side. Now the reason there's 4 sorters is the items come down way too quickly. And yeah, we have filled this up with rotten flesh and some filters somehow. I don't know. Okay, well that's just completely filled up. Those filters are supposed to be in there. But it doesn't matter, guys. We have absolutely filled it. So anything else gets shot into the lava here. So that's how that all works. And the reason it's on top of the nether, guys, is so that we don't have to worry about any spawns up there. We're not loading any of the land underneath here. So we're just fine. That's why we build it up there. Well, guys, that's it. It's done. That is the world tour finished for another 100 episodes. I hope you enjoyed it. We are now standing outside our very first house that we built on the server. Just a little starter house right here in the very beginning area where we spawned over there. And this is the first bit of land that we got to. We made a few farms and things here. Just standard farms. But yeah, this was our first little house that we built just while we were getting started. Anyway, that is going to do it, guys. I want to thank you so much. If you made it to this point in the video, you are amazing. Thank you so much for the support. If you haven't already, guys, hit that like button and also subscribe if you want to see me build this world even more. That's 200 episodes, guys. And let's hope for another 200 fantastic episodes. I want to thank you guys so much for viewing every one of those videos and this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like I said, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the very next video. See you later.